Ever pondered the fine line that separates frugality from sheer cheapness? It's a question many of us grapple with when trying to manage our finances. You see, both frugality and cheapness exist on the spectrum of saving money, but they're not exactly two peas in a pod. Typically, when we think of frugality, we imagine disciplined, cost-conscious individuals who prioritize long-term financial goals. They're the masters of delayed gratification, always saving for a rainy day. On the flip side, cheapness often carries a negative connotation. It's associated with individuals who prioritize cost-cutting above all else, even at the expense of quality or relationships. Their focus is on the present, with little regard for future consequences. While both frugality and cheapness involve saving money, their motives and outcomes are poles apart. It's the difference between strategic saving and mindless scrimping. So, let's delve deeper into the key differences between the two. Meet John, a man who embodies the principles of frugality. John isn't the type to hoard every penny. Instead, he has mastered the art of strategic spending. He knows the value of a dollar and understands that frugality isn't about deprivation, but about making choices that align with his financial goals. John prioritizes his needs over his wants. He doesn't deny himself life's pleasures, but he does evaluate every purchase carefully. He asks himself, do I need this, or do I simply want it? This simple question allows him to stay on track without feeling like he's missing out. Moreover, John believes in investing for long-term benefits. He understands that sometimes, spending a little more now can save a lot later. He invests in quality products that last, and he contributes regularly to his retirement fund, knowing that these decisions will pay off in the long run. As you can see, frugality isn't about being stingy, it's about making smart, sustainable decisions. Now, let's introduce you to Tim, who's notorious for his cheapskate ways. Tim, you see, has a knack for always choosing the cheapest option, whether it's a meal, a pair of shoes, or even a house. But here's the catch: this mentality often leads him to compromise on quality. For instance, the shoes he bought at a bargain price wore out in a month, forcing him to buy another pair. Tim's also known for avoiding spending money, even when necessary. He'll walk miles to avoid paying for a bus ticket, wasting precious time that could have been spent more productively. And the house he bought? It was cheap for a reason. It had so many issues that he ended up spending more on repairs than he would have on a better quality house. In contrast to frugality, cheapness often leads to short-term gain but long-term pain. But how do these behaviors affect relationships and social interactions? When it comes to frugality, this financial approach is often respected and even admired. People appreciate someone who can handle their money wisely and make smart, thoughtful decisions. It shows a sense of responsibility and self-discipline that can be incredibly attractive in both personal and professional relationships. Being frugal doesn't mean you're stingy, it means you're strategic. On the flip side, cheapness can strain relationships and create negative impressions. People might see a cheapskate as someone who values money more than experiences or relationships. It can come off as selfishness, creating a perception that you're unwilling to spend even on important occasions or for the people that matter. In a professional setting, it could imply that you're not willing to invest in opportunities that could lead to growth. Clearly, the impact on personal and professional relationships is another crucial difference between frugality and cheapness. So, what have we learned about the difference between being frugal and being a cheapskate? The crux of the matter lies in the motivations, behaviors, and outcomes. Frugality is about smart spending and saving, focusing on value over cost. It's a proactive stance, driven by a desire for financial security and independence. Frugality encourages us to prioritize our spending, leading to better financial habits and overall satisfaction. On the other hand, cheapness is a reactive stance, driven by fear or scarcity. It's about cost over value, often leading to subpar products or experiences. It can create stress, harm relationships, and even lead to missed opportunities. In essence, being frugal means making strategic choices that enhance your life, while being a cheapskate can mean sacrificing quality and relationships for the sake of saving a few pennies. Remember, it's not about how much you save, but how wisely you save that truly counts.